Welcome! This video will show you how to create, edit, and delete job search profiles on your FlexJobs account. First, log into your FlexJobs account, and then there are two ways to create a job search profile. The first is to go to Resume Profiles, and then click Create New Profile. The second is to scroll to the bottom of the page, and under the My Resume Profiles area, click Create New Profile. If you've ever created a resume before in FlexJobs or a job search profile, that will be listed here. When you click Create New Profile, if you already have one created, it'll ask you if you want to create a new one, and you can click OK. With FlexJobs, you can create as many job search profiles as you'd like. There are a couple things to note before we get started. The first is that this required bubble will be up here at the top telling you which things are required at a minimum to fill out your job search profile and activate it. As you can see, there are three main things that are required. As we go through, this list will start checking things off, and eventually it'll be disappeared altogether. The next thing to note is that this section is divided into tabs: About Me, My Job Search, Build a Resume, Attachments and More, and My PDF. If you really want to fill out your resume profile to the max, you'll want to make sure that you go through each one of these tabs and fill out everything completely. Another thing to note is that as we're going through this, if you want to view your profile to see what it's going to look like to employers, you can click View My Profile, and another window will open up which shows you your profile. Right now, you'll see things that are just defaulted to the information that I had already input, and we're going to go ahead and make this look a lot nicer. And then the final thing to note is that as you're going through each section, if you have questions on what to put there or not to put there, you can always click the Tips bubble, which opens up the Tips toolbar on the right side of the screen. There are different tips for each section, so make sure that you click these tips to find out what you should and shouldn't put in that section. All right, let's get started with profile title. I'm going to fill this out as though I'm a freelance writer looking for writing opportunities. Your profile title is really important because this is what allows an employer to choose whether or not they want to view your profile. So you want to have something that's catchy, that really stands out to employers and tells them who you are and what you're looking for quickly and simply, and in 80 characters or less. Don't include your name or your contact information because that will be available within your profile, and so for privacy you don't want it as your main profile title. I'm going to go ahead and say experienced freelance writer seeks blogging opportunities because that's what I'm looking for. It's short, it's sweet, and it lets employers know exactly what I'm looking for. When you're done with a section, be sure to click Save before you move on to the next section, otherwise your information will be lost. So I'll click Save and we'll move on to contact info. For your contact information, choose an email address and a phone number where you can best be reached. It's really important for employers to be able to reach you quickly if they like what they see on your profile. Your website can either be blank if you don't have a website, or you can use your LinkedIn profile, a professional blog, or an online portfolio. The next thing is your city, your state, your zip, and country. This information isn't required, but you can fill it out to let employers know where you're based. I'll go ahead and click Save to make sure that I save my information. The next section is your professional picture. This is a great way to personalize your professional resume profile. You don't have to include one if you don't want to, but if you do have something that looks professional and nice, it might help your resume stand out. So click Edit My Picture, and then you can find the picture file on your computer that you want to use. Click Save, and the page is going to refresh and upload your picture. The next section is your profile privacy status. This is really important because this determines who and how people see your resume profile on FlexJobs. Active in public means that you're viewable to the most potential employers and to search engines. So if an employer is logged in to FlexJobs or not, they can still find your resume profile by searching for it on the web. The next one is active in private, which means only current approved employers with FlexJobs accounts can log in and view your profile. The public wouldn't be able to view any part of your profile. And then the final is inactive, which means that your resume is hidden from search completely, so employers can't find you, but you still can use this profile to apply to jobs that are hosted on FlexJobs. So this is in case you only want to put your profile out there once you find a job that you like and you want to apply for. That's a good one to choose. I like active and private because that means that only pre-approved employers who are logged into their FlexJobs accounts will be able to see my resume profile. Go ahead and click Save, and then on to My Home Office. This isn't a required section, but it is nice if you're looking for a telecommuting job to be able to demonstrate to employers that you're ready and able to work from home. You can select your computer system, your internet connection, and you can also list any office equipment like copiers and scanners that you have at home that might make your job easier if you're a telecommuter. Click Save, and we're done with this tab. When You go back to the top, the next tab is My Job Search. This is really important because there are two areas that are required here, job category and job details. Let's start with job category. You can select up to 5 job categories that best fit what you're looking for in terms of jobs. This is really important because what you select here determines what's populated in your new jobs of interest list on your FlexJobs homepage. You can select up to 5 categories, and since I'm a writer, I'm going to go down to the writing category and select that, as well as the subcategories of blogging, online content, and copywriting. If you choose a category with subcategories, make sure that you choose everything that you're interested in. If you choose the category, it doesn't automatically choose everything that's a subcategory, so you want to go ahead and check everything that you like. I also, because I have one more option, I get 5 altogether, I'm going to choose editing as well, and then click Save. Now this determines what new jobs of interest will show up on your homepage. So if you ever wonder where that stuff comes from, it comes from your job categories, which you can edit at any time. For your job details, the last required area, you'll want to fill out the job types that you're interested in. We default to all of them so that you are interested in the most number of jobs, but you can also narrow this down by unchecking anything that you're not interested in. And your career level is the last required piece. This just determines how much experience you have. You can also include your desired salary and other compensation and benefits if you'd like, and then click Save. For your job flexibility preferences, this has to do with what type of flexibility you're looking for in terms of work. We default to the 4 main types that FlexJobs works with, but you can also unselect any of these that you don't want. If you're choosing a telecommuting option, you want to make sure that you choose what level of telecommuting you're interested in. That helps employers to know if you're on the same page. If you're willing to travel, yes, no, or maybe, you can select those here as well. Then click Save, and we'll go down to the final section of availability and schedule. For this, it just matters what your desired start date is, so you can choose flexible, 1 or 2 weeks, whenever you're actually available. You also want to choose what time you're available to work during the day, so that employers know when you're actually hoping to work. And the maximum number of hours that you are interested in working in each week. I'm going to go ahead and select a pretty full-time schedule. Click Save, and we're done with this tab. So we'll go back to the top. The next 2 tabs have to do with your resume. If you don't have a resume, the Build a Resume tab will help you actually create a resume. If you do have a resume, you can proceed to Attachments and More, where you can upload that resume. Click Edit Resume, then find the file on your computer. When you click Save, the page is going to refresh, and when we go back to Attachments and More, you'll see your resume file listed here. If you have a work sample that you want to show employers to help you stand out, you can add that here by uploading it in the same manner. And when the page refreshes, we go back to Attachments and More, you'll see that work sample listed there. If you don't already have a resume, we'll help you create one. Go to Build Resume and then fill out the information here. The tips here are very helpful to determine what you should be writing in each section, so make sure you pay attention to those. And once you've input all of the information here, our system will take that information and format it into a nice resume that you can use to apply to jobs on FlexJobs and other job search sites. So you can download the PDF of your resume once you're completed. Fill out this information, and then to actually get the PDF of your resume, you'll go to the My PDF tab. If you don't already have the free Adobe Reader on your computer, you can download that here, which will help you to read the PDF. And then you can click Download My PDF Resume to actually get your resume file. This is what it's going to look like. And as you can see, it's nicely formatted, and it includes all the information that you would fill out in that Build Resume tab, as well as your job search details, which are available from the first 2 tabs that you filled out. If you want to see what your profile looks like to employers, you can click View Profile, and another tab will open up that shows you what employers would see once your resume and your job search details are filled out. So as you can see, it looks similar to the PDF resume, including your summary, your work experience, education, skills and languages, etc. If you uploaded a resume or a work sample, this is where employers would see that as well. So you'll see that they can click on either one of these files to get your resume and work sample downloaded. I'll go back to your profile, and I'll show you how to edit and delete profiles on your FlexJobs account. If you go to your My FlexJobs homepage and scroll to the bottom under My Resume Profiles, you'll be able to see your different profiles listed here. You'll see the profile title as well as the job categories that you filled out for that profile, and what profile privacy status you gave it, as well as when it was last updated. To edit that profile, just click Edit, and that'll open it back up to the tabbed area where we were, and you can go through each one of the sections to edit it. To delete that profile, you'll want to click delete. You will get a warning message that asks, are you sure you want to delete this profile? And you really do want to be sure, because once you click OK, that's it. You will never get that profile back. So make sure that you really do want to delete it before you click OK. Once you click OK, the page will refresh and your profile will be gone. And that's how to create, edit, and delete a resume profile on FlexJobs.